I wish people would take my advice and stop trying so hard. Like, try just hard enough. Like with everything. Everything gets better when you stop trying. Like, I used to really try to do a good job at radio and everything else, but once I stopped caring, show's ratings are better than ever. Like, once you just give up and don't try so hard, things get good. Mm-hmm. And Doug is on the phone with us right now, and I think that's his problem on his first date with a girl named Rachel who he met online. He tried way too hard by showing up with flowers. That's not the bad part. But making a list of the 10 things that you liked about her, Doug, and then reading it to her at dinner, probably a turnoff.
Probably at this point.
You meant well. But unfortunately, since your date, all you've been getting is one-word answers from her and no second date. So we're about to call her, see if we can get her on the phone, and then ask her if it was the list of the 10 favorite things about Rachel that turned her off and is making her not want to go out with you again.
Doug, why don't you just scrap this one and start new? I mean, you haven't dated in a year. Maybe you need to get a couple other dates under your belt. I mean, why is it so important for you to get a second date with this girl?
It's kind of two reasons. I really like her, and I want to prove that I'm not a nervous weirdo loser. I mean, I think that I let my nerves get the best of me, probably because I hadn't been on a date in a long time, you know?
You want a do-over. Second chance.
Yeah, a second first shot.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial the number right now and see if we can get her on the phone, okay?
Okay.
All right, man. Hang on.
Hello?
Hi, is Rachel there?
This is Rachel.
Rachel, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, what?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
A radio show?
Yes. It is a morning show.
Uh-huh.
And we're calling you to see if you'll come on the air with us for a few seconds and talk to us.
Why?
Because you recently went out with a listener of ours.
I did?
Yeah. And he emailed us and wanted us to call you and ask why you're not going out with him on a second date.
Okay.
His name is Doug, and I'm sure you probably remember Doug because I'm assuming he's one of the only dates you could have gone on that made a list of things that he likes about you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know Doug.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so Doug emailed us, right? And he told us about your date, said that he had a great time with you, but since your date, he's been getting like one-word responses from you, and it's obvious that you don't want to go out with him again. But Doug really wants to see you and is wondering if he did something wrong when you two went out, and if you wouldn't mind telling us what that is.
He's fine. He was a nice guy. He's just a little different.
Was he too much? Maybe came on too strong, too quickly?
No, I mean, it wasn't that. It was just, if you guys talk to him, can you just let him know that I said thanks so much for the date and that he's a really nice guy?
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk to him about this whole thing, and I appreciate you staying on the phone with us. I do. I just want to ask you, because he told us about everything, and he feels really bad about making a list of the 10 things that he liked about you. Doug, I don't know if he shared with you, hasn't been out on a date in a long time, so he's a little out of practice. You made him nervous because he likes you a lot. Was it the list?
I mean, the list was weird. It was definitely one of my more awkward moments on a date.
Okay.
But, yeah, it was nerves and it was fine and I understood. And that was okay. That wasn't the main problem.
Okay, well, do you mind telling us what the main problem is? Doug wants to know.
I don't want to come off as sounding, like, weird and rude and petty, but he kept making really weird faces, like a nervous tick almost, like, I don't know, like Tourette's of the face. It's so hard to explain. It was so weird, and I wanted to ask if there was something wrong with him, but I felt it was too rude to do that.
Yeah, that's understandable. Hey, what's wrong with your face?
Exactly. And, I mean, he was so sweet, and he was clearly so nervous, and he's a good person. I really couldn't see myself doing that.
We don't know much about Doug other than he listens to the show, and he seems like a nice guy when we talk to him. Is it obvious that he has a facial tick, or do you think, like, what do you think he was doing with his face that made you so uncomfortable?
Honestly, you guys, I have no idea. It was so weird.
What did it look like?
Like he was in pain. Like every once in a while, it would do this weird, like, grimace thing. but it was just like totally random. Like nothing was going on.
Did you ask him if he was okay? Like if he was honestly in pain or?
I did never feel like there was a right time to do that because it was always kind of in the middle of stuff happening, and all of a sudden he would just throw this face, and I'd be like, but it can't be like that because that'd be really horrible and rude.
Oh, we got the faces back.
Rachel.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I can't take it anymore. I have to interject here.
Hey, Rachel, that's Doug. He's actually on the other line.
Oh
Hey,
God,
Rachel.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Are you okay? I mean, really, I can ask you now because I'm not sitting in front of you, but are you okay?
Well, I had a surgical procedure recently, and I thought I was doing a really good job at like concealing it, but I was actually in a lot of pain.
What?
And I was, I guess I was just so taken in with you that I was trying really hard to ignore the pain that I was actually
What?
in.
Doug, what kind of surgery did you have?
Well, I had a really kind of unfortunate bicycle accident,
Okay.
and so embarrassing to be doing this on the radio. I basically injured myself downstairs.
You had surgery on it?
Yeah. I was mountain biking with my buddy, and I went off a little jump, and it just landed wrong.
Doug, you were
Man, that sucks. I'm
You were-
sorry, dude.
you were talking to her for weeks. Why didn't you just wait?
Well, because she's so wonderful, and I know that if I waited, that someone else would just snatch her up.
Rachel, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think about that? It wasn't a weird face thing it's a weird something else that he has making his face do that.
Oh, geez. That's awful, and I cannot believe you went through our whole date without saying anything. If you were in that much pain, that's crazy.
I was really just trying to focus on the great time that I was having and that I thought we were having.
You are so sweet, but please don't sacrifice your body for a date.
Rachel, what if Doug would have said, hey, let's go out maybe a couple weeks from now because I got some problems, some strained muscles down south. You would have been pretty understanding about that, wouldn't you?
I mean, I probably would want to know a little bit more about what's going on and, the long-term effects and all that stuff. But, I mean, yeah, don't, throw yourself under the bus on someone else's behalf. That's crazy.
But you're so great, I thought it was worth it.
Doug, is everything going to be working in the future in that department? I'm just looking out for her best interest. That's all.
Yes, the doctor said that I'd be back to 100% in another month or two.
Oh, look at
All right,
So
so
you'll have to take things slow if you guys continue to date.
Good point.
So, Rachel, would you like to go out with Doug again, knowing what you just learned? We'll pay for a second date if you give him another shot.
Only if he's well enough to go.
Okay, Doug, are you
Nice.
are you well enough to go on a second date, or do you need a couple more weeks?
I'm good to sit at dinner and things like that, taking it slow, but we couldn't probably do
I
anything
think we
more.
know what you're saying, Doug. All right. Well, congratulations, and we'll send you guys out on a second date for some dinner.
Yes.
We'll pay for it, and then anything else is up to you guys and Doug's timeline.
Rachel, I'm so happy. Thanks for giving me another shot. I will definitely make it up to you.
Yeah, he'll make it up to you in about 6 to 8 weeks. Practice makes perfect with pretty much everything you do, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's why if you haven't been out on a date in a long time and you don't have a lot of practice, you're probably going to screw it up.
I see what you mean.
And that's what Doug thinks he did with his first date with a girl named Rachel that he met online. He's on the phone with us right now to do a second date. And apparently Doug hasn't been out on a date in a long time and thinks that maybe his nerves got the best of him. What's up, Doug? How are you?
I'm pretty good. How's everybody over there?
Not too
Aw,
bad, man.
Doug. Where'd you-
So how long has it been, first of all, since you went out with an actual woman?
It's been close to a year. I guess it's been a long time because I got out of a rather long relationship and was just waiting for the right girl and the right time.
So you met this girl, Rachel, online that you want to call today.
Yeah.
And what did you like about her so much?
Our conversations online just seem to have a really good taste and chemistry to it.
Okay.
and she's just got some really cool interests.
You said that you think your nerves got the best of you.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Well, I hadn't been out for a while, and I tried to go in preparing a little bit.
Like, did you prepare like everything that you were going to say to her?
No. I saw these really nice flowers in the store, and I got them for her.
Okay.
I just thought that she would really like them.
But that doesn't sound like nerves.
Well, I did something else that maybe, I went a little too far, and my nerves got the best of me. I read her a list that I wrote at dinner, and it was a list of 10 things that I really liked about Rachel.
All right, yeah, that's a little cheesy there, man. So you before the date, you sat down and wrote out a list of things that you like about her.
Yes, it was things like I really like your smile. It lights up a room, and you have a weird sense of humor like mine.
You know what? Hey, Doug, I never really asked you. How long did you talk to her online? I mean,
we were talking for a couple of weeks.
Okay, because you didn't meet her and then it was the next day you're going out and you already had this list.
No, there was a little bit of.
And a list of 10 things is a long list. What number did you realize maybe I should stop?
I guess maybe around 6.
Did you tell her that you were nervous? Did you just fess up, be like, oh, God, I'm sorry. I haven't done this in a while?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like that moment when I got to the middle of it where I was like, oh, I'm really nervous. Maybe this wasn't the right idea.
What was her reaction after that?
She got a little quiet, but then, tried to laugh it off, I guess.
Okay.
I did notice as we were leaving the restaurant that she left the flowers, and, there was that weird, awkward moment of, do I go back and get them, or, I don't know, I was kind of nervous.
You should have gone back and got them and then followed her back to her house and delivered. So when you said goodbye to her, did everything seem cool? Did you agree on a second date? Did she seem into it, or...
Well, I walked her to the car, and I got a little peck kiss.
Oh.
And I don't know, it seemed like she didn't have to kiss me for any reason, so I felt like that was a good moment to end on.
Right.
Have you asked her out since?
Yeah, I texted her, very positive things, that I had a great time about the date, and maybe we should go out again soon. And all of the responses that I was getting from her were really short. It was like, sounds good, and then nothing. And I was like, how's your day going? She said, it's okay.
Yeah, that's the worst when you're like, how's your day going? Fine.
Are you...
All right, that sucks. Or when you just get a K back about something. Want to go out sometime? K.
I mean, I didn't think it had gone that bad, but it was my first date in a long time, and I was admittedly nervous, and I know that I can do better.
So you want to call her, get her on the phone, ask her if you did something wrong, and then ask her on a second date.
That's what I would like to do, yeah.
All right. We're going to play a song, come back, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Second date update.
We have a guy on the phone right now for a second date update named Trent. And Trent got a text from the girl he went out with that would put fear into the hearts of single men everywhere.
Oh, no.
She texted him and admitted, Trent, I'm late.
Oh, no!
So,
Crazy scam.
Wait, that's what you guys go to?
Don't answer.
Trent,
Block.
I
Do not
mean,
reply.
congratulations on the new addition.
What?
But, wow, what a way to start a relationship. I mean,
First date?
I know.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, my God. Now he's the night and he's the father?
Yeah, I mean, you knocked her up night one? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what your producer told you, but that's not the case at all.
Oh, my God. It does sound like you're having a panic attack.
It says that you got a text from her that said, I'm late.
Yeah, I got a text that she was late because I was at the restaurant and she hadn't shown up yet.
Oh,
God.
that kind of late.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Jeffrey.
You needed to be more clear in your email,
Did
I
he?
think.
I mean,
that's where my head goes.
how late is late?
So she was about 45 minutes late, but I was starving. I kind of ran around all day. So my move was to order a dinner and shovel it in quick before she got there. And
That's a move. That is definitely a move.
Dinner?
No, wait, before we get too far, wait. Before we get too far, what's her name?
Danny.
Danny, and how'd you meet her? Is she an online date?
Yeah, I met her on Tinder.
Okay. So I'm sorry. Go back to your shoveling food in your face.
So she was going to run about 45 minutes late. I got there about 15 minutes before we were supposed to meet, so I thought for sure I can get 2 meals in because I was starving. I didn't eat. So I ordered a chicken parm. I didn't get any pasta. I just ordered the chicken parm.
What?
And I'm in the middle of shoveling it in, and I'm like, I'm almost done. And she walked in.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, why did you even risk it? Go with an appetizer like a normal person. That's what they're for.
Well, appetizers never fill you up. Oh, God, I was starving.
You could have just rescheduled for another day if she's going to show up an hour after you. Like,
It was like 45 minutes, but it was fine.
Wait, what did she say when she sees an almost finished chicken parm on your plate?
She was a little bit taken back. She was like, well, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I knew you were going to be late, so I just wanted to get a little snack in me before you got here.
It's a whole dinner plate.
And she's like, that's like a dinner. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm okay. I can eat again. I'm starving. I didn't eat all day. So she kind of blew it off, and I kind of was like, gave the waiter back the plate, and then we kind of started and got a glass of wine. And
Let's try again.
so how did second dinner go?
good. I had a risotto with some scallops.
Oh my God, you really honestly ate another meal?
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of risotto, but I did enjoy the scallops.
That is, I will say, I'll give you props. That is dedication to the date, because I'm not even a woman who like worries about like ordering a salad or whatever. But it is weird to sit down and eat with someone who's not going to eat. Okay.
Also, are you rich? Because 2 dinners, that's expensive, dog.
Yeah, she had to pick up the tab.
No. I picked up the tab.
All right. So tell us about Danny.
Yeah.
What's she like?
So she's awesome. You know, it was a little bit awkward at first. But
Yeah.
She had this great hair. It like bounced.
Just one of the hairs was great?
No. The whole head of hair was good.
That's nice.
I think that's awesome.
When she moved, like it looked like it was like in slow motion or something. It was pretty cool.
I've always been jealous of those people for sure.
Yeah, it was like bouncy. Like you heard music when she was moving her hair. I was like, wow.
It's like a commercial.
And that's a really nice compliment too. Like a woman would appreciate a compliment like that. Did you tell her?
Yeah, no, I told her. Like, her hair has a really great, cool bounce to it. I told her straight up.
Yeah.
Nice bounce on
Yeah,
that
like a
hair.
basketball head. It's really bouncy.
Well, I mean, so far it sounds like the date's going great.
Yeah. So we had dinner. I was like, do you want to go? We were going to go to, like, another bar and just have a drink. And she was like, well, I kind of have to meet some friends. And I was like, kind of stinks. So I just leaned over and kissed her.
Ooh.
And then after I kissed her, she was like, well, you know, maybe we can have a drink.
Oh.
Dang.
That means you're a good kisser, bro.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
means that there is chemistry between you two.
My lips don't lie. You know, I got some good lips.
My
Yeah.
lips don't lie.
Probably still some had risotto on
Yeah.
there. She was like,
Gross.
I had scallop and risotto breath, but she didn't mind.
Oh,
good for
So-
you, Trent.
What'd you guys do?
We decided to just, we were going to go back to my place and just have a drink.
Oh.
And then she was like, oh, you know, I kind of feel bad. You know, I blew off my friends, whatever. And I was like, all right. It was our first date, so I didn't want to push too much. And
Right.
I was pretty happy that we kissed and I got her back to my place. So I was like, this is going to work, you know, eventually or soon.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm going to go meet up with my friend. And then I was like, well, let's get together again. She's like, absolutely. And now I'm out in Never Never Land. I haven't heard from her.
what? Then
That is
nothing?
crazy.
That sounds great.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe because the 2 dinners, but I thought we got past that. And then I brought her back to my place, so maybe it was messy.
You have to be really dirty to turn a woman off.
I get
Like
girls at my
like
place.
moldy dishes dirty.
No. I got a dishwasher. No.
Okay.
All right. So how many times have you tried to get a hold of her since your date?
3 or 4.
Dude, that's a bummer too. Like I want you to have another date.
Yeah, me too. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. Maybe you can squeeze a meal in before we come back.
I will.
And
Have
then-
some hard-boiled eggs on me. I'm gonna...
Perfect. All right. Stuff them all in there, and then we'll call Danny for you and try and get a second date update, okay?
Perfect.
All right, hold on. If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, we've got Trent on the phone. And Trent's pretty much the manliest dude we've ever had on this show.
Really?
He can pack away 2 dinners in a single sitting. He appreciates a good bouncy set of hair.
Oh.
And he can make a woman ditch her friends with one steamy hot kiss.
That's true.
When you put it that way, Jeffrey, you bring up very good points.
Right? I can practically smell the testosterone coming through the phone, Trent.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
You know.
It smells like a T-bone steak deep fried in motor oil.
That sounds lip-smacking great.
Oh my God.
Oh, there it
There's
is.
too much chest hair in this room for me to handle right now. Hey, Trent, what do you think it is? Why do you think she's not calling you?
It can't be the double dinner because she came back to my place, so she got through that. But, I mean, I guess my place must have had to have been dirty or something. I think that may be why.
I think you're right. I mean, it wasn't the kiss.
Yeah, but there wasn't another kiss after that. Not a good sign.
It's very confusing.
Okay,
so
let's find out.
yeah, let's figure out what the real answer is. We're going to dial the phone number for you right now, okay?
Great.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Danny, please?
This is she?
Hi, Danny. My name's Young Jeffrey. I work on the radio.
Brag more.
Well, I'm just trying to give her some context. It's a radio show.
Hi, Danny.
I'm sorry, what? Who's this?
Sorry.
Well, we do a radio show, Danny, and we have a listener who knows you.
I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, I'll explain. We're doing something on the show called a second date update. Basically, if you go out on a date with someone and that person isn't calling you back, we'll give them a call and try and figure out a reason why.
Okay,
It's
weird,
confusing.
but whatever.
It could be a really good thing, Danny.
Because we're calling on behalf of one of our listeners named Trent.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
That's not good.
Wait, so this is the radio.
Yep, just catching on now.
And Trent contacted us, and now we're contacting you to figure out why you're not calling him back.
Did you like him?
You know what? I feel like really weird right now. Do I have to do this?
Yes.
No.
Legally, you're
Danny,
obligated,
Yeah, you
or
answered the
we
call.
will sue you.
He's right. You answered. You gotta say it.
You don't have to do it, but you've got to look at it from Trent's perspective. Like in his mind, you guys went on an awesome date. You shared a fantastic kiss. And then he thought for sure you'd be hanging out, and all of a sudden you're ghosting him.
Is there a reason that you're doing that?
Yeah, I just don't want to embarrass him.
Oh, he's fine with that.
You know, why would he be
Yeah.
embarrassed?
Yeah.
Well, because I don't know if he knows what I saw.
What you saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I liked him. I don't know if you know what we did. You know,
I don't know if we know what he knows that he told us that we don't know.
Okay.
But I know that we want to know.
Yes.
I mean, I think, Danny, what you need to understand is Trent listens to our show, and he knows that sometimes there's embarrassing information that's revealed during our second dates.
Right.
So he's prepared to
Okay.
hear whatever.
I mean, I liked him, like I said, and I mean, we kissed, but I saw something at his place that I don't want to talk about. It was really scary to me.
Scary?
Yeah, it really freaked me out, and
You have a ghost?
you know,
Oh, a ghost.
well, you know, usually if I go back to somebody's place, I excuse myself to the restroom first so I can scout it out. It's sort of like what I like to do. And not that I'm a snooper, but it's just important for me to get the lay of the land and get to know, okay, what's this person about?
What kind of medications are they on? What diseases do they have?
Yeah, for sure.
So you snooped and you must have found something.
What'd you find?
I walked by his bedroom, and he had 3 tripods set up around his bed.
Like cameras?
Yeah, like tripods for cameras.
What?
Okay, it was some really, really, really freaky.
Yeah, set it up around his bed?
Yo, one is a lot.
So I was just like, you know what? Let me get the F out of there. Because I don't know if it's he's involved in the adult film industry or whatever, but
And what, that would be a turnoff to you?
Yes,
yeah.
Well, I
But
don't know.
my girlfriends were like, run.
Yeah, I agree. I would tell you to get the hell out, too. 3 tripods?
Even weirder, what if it
Yeah,
isn't
3.
kinky? What else could he be doing in his bedroom?
Exactly. I'm like, why do you have 3 tripods? So it just, I was like, I'm not into freaky weird like that, and I'm out of there. So I was really polite, and I got out of there.
Ooh.
I don't blame you at all.
Well,
Dude, come on.
don't you think there could be an explanation?
Eh.
I don't even need to know it. It just freaks me out, and I'm like, nope, that's it. That's the
Yeah.
end of that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Danny, maybe you don't want to know, but I know everybody in this room wants to.
Oh,
so
man.
I'm just going to tell you that he is on the other line listening. And
Hey, what's up, Danny? It's Trent.
Oh my God, you've been listening?
What?
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Trent, this doesn't help your case at all, I will say.
Start explaining, Trent.
Well, it does sound really odd the way she put it, but I mean, I didn't say anything to her, but...
Do you really have 3 tripods set up around your bed?
Let me explain.
That's a yes!
Yes, I do, but can I explain, please?
Sure.
Okay.
No, I think that's really weird. And it's so weird you did. Why am I on the f***ing radio right now?
Danny, I think we need to hear him out.
Yeah, I don't want to talk over everybody, so...
You mean like the porn star director? Yeah, no thanks.
Hold on. Go ahead. It's your turn, bro. Trent.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, if she asked me or looked specifically at the things, one camera's pointed at the alarm clock. One camera's pointing at the light. One camera's pointing at about the area where my head is, where I sleep, because I'm doing a documentary on sleep.
Oh, come on.
So a porn guy wouldn't have a camera pointing at a clock or a lamp and then a pillowcase.
Oh, yeah, you would know, wouldn't you, Trent?
Yeah.
You know exactly what a porn guy would have.
Well, hold on. That does make
Please.
sense.
You just automatically believe him?
So if I was filming movies, would I want to bring her back to my house?
If you're filming adult movies, that's exactly why you would want to bring her back to your house.
Oh, God. It's not the case at all. I'm doing a sleep study, and I'm
can
filming
see
it.
that.
It's like my own documentary.
Oh, that whole time we were talking, and I was asking, like, what else are you involved in? What else do you like to do? And you never once said, oh, I'm doing a docu-series on sleep patterns or whatever you just said.
Because it's just not really something I talk about. It's a little odd.
He doesn't want to brag.
No, I mean,
it
I
is
will say,
odd.
okay, Danny, to his credit, I will say he came up with a reason for it immediately. He didn't have to stop and think about it. Trent, can she see any of your work that you've done?
Yeah, I have like the last 30 nights of my sleep. I mean, it's pretty boring, but I mean, we have to cut it all together and stuff. But
Well, yeah, the first part of those things usually are boring, but then the pizza guy comes, and then the documentary gets real interesting.
The date comes back, and all of a sudden, oh, this is your place?
Danny.
Yeah, I don't really know if I get that or buy all that.
Danny, listen,
I
I'll
just,
show you. I'll show you the project. Like, I'm not the pervert like you guys are portraying me to be.
No,
Yeah, Danny, he'll show you his project if you show him yours.
that's not what he means.
Jim is not helping.
So, Danny, I think Trent does sound like a pretty legit guy.
I think everybody in this room believes Trent. I think that you need to give him a second shot.
yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not sure about this.
Well, maybe you should watch his porn actor docuseries, and you can tell whether or not you want to do it.
Okay, you know what? I think I'm out.
No, he's joking. Jeff's joking.
Stop, Jeff.
Danny.
I can't stop myself.
Why
I'm just too
can't you
dang funny.
stop? Danny, it's a sleep documentary. Come on, if Trent emails you the link to see whatever boring video he's doing, he's obviously not making money for a reason,
they're
okay?
dating.
All right. If he sends me the link and if it's like on Vimeo or something, and I'll watch. If that's what he's really been doing.
I can do that.
So if you're willing to, we will pay for you guys to go out on a second date, and you can watch the documentary together.
I will watch it, and then I will decide if I'll do the date.
Oh, okay. But if the documentary goes well, we want royalties off that thing.
Yeah, dude, I'm down for that.
Gross, do not give me any credits in it. I don't want any credits.
I'm trying to sleep. Let's do this.
I want a guest appearance.
No, Danny, I really want you to watch the film.
I'll give it a shot.
Trent's probably freaking out right now, thinking like, damn, I gotta get home and film myself sleeping for 3 hours so I can send it to her.
Second date update.
I feel like every truly great love story is about two people who normally would never be romantically compatible. But somehow they beat the odds and find happiness together.
Okay.
Like Romeo and Juliet,
Yeah, they're not supposed to be together.
Joker and Harley Quinn,
Okay.
Luke Skywalker and his sister Leia.
Oh, that's not
That's
supposed
the
to happen.
sister problem. It's a little bit troublesome there.
I've seen the director's cut from that film,
I
and
bet you have.
woo!
They
Yeah.
didn't know.
Hot and steamy.
Yeah.
Thank
God.
goodness Luke had lost his hand by that point in the
Oh
series.
my God.
I'm
my
just saying,
God.
it was this close to being an X-rated movie.
That's not a lightsaber.
Oh my God, that is disgusting.
What could have been?
Oh.
But we have another
Oh my God.
against all odds love story.
Is this another
Okay.
incest story?
I'm
We're
having
gonna
a hard
find
time.
out.
Yeah.
Let's talk to the woman that's on the phone today. Her name is Lizzie. Hey, Lizzie.
Hey.
Oh, Lizzie, are you as disgusted as the rest of us?
Or are you kissing your brother?
That's a lot.
Yeah?
Wow.
So what's your brother like?
Nope, not doing that.
No? Oh, okay. Who is it then that you want us to call today?
So it's this guy I met at work. His name's David. And it's the kind of situation like we would never meet otherwise. I'm a nurse, and he's a security guard.
Oh, okay. That seems fine.
Oh,
You don't normally go for
hospital?
security guards.
Well, it's just that, like, we never, like, work the same shifts, and we don't work in the same part of the building. Like, we would maybe pass each other or something like that, but it's not like I see him every day.
So
Kind of like the guys here at work. I see him, I'm like, what's up? And that's about it.
Yeah, like that kind of thing. And
how'd
so
you meet him?
I have a badge that, like, gets me into certain areas of the hospital, and it wasn't working. And so my boss was like, go to the security and they'll fix it. So I went to the security area, and he was, reprogramming my badge, whatever, doing stuff on a computer, and we just started talking. And it was great. It was going well, but, like, I didn't think anything of it because it was just like, oh, yeah, he's the security guard. Like, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, usually way below your standards for the type of people that you would date.
Well, I was in the middle of a shift. Like, I had more pressing things going on.
You're more of a mall cop type girl, right?
I've never labeled myself. I couldn't tell you.
Throwing a segue she can't resist.
I know.
I don't know. That's kind of cute. I mean, he obviously liked you then, right? He's the one that made the first move?
Yeah, but, like, after this initial thing, I didn't think much of it. But it was, like, a few weeks later that my badge started acting up again, and so I had to go see him again. And it was at that time that he asked me out.
Oh, okay.
So you agreed to go on a date with him?
Yeah. He was like, there's a bar across the street from the hospital. And he was like, yeah, let's go get a drink.
Classic Luke and Leia move right there.
Ew.
That's exactly how Luke got Leia.
This is not her brother, okay?
I'm just saying, it could be hot.
No.
So sorry. Seriously, though, was it hot?
I mean, we were at the bar and we had our drinks and it was going great. He's like, you want to go somewhere else? And I was like, sure, like I have nothing better to do. And so we ended up going to this club and it was just way too loud. And both of us were pretty much over it about 10 minutes in.
Were you both still in uniform? I picture you both leaving work and you're in scrubs. And
that would be dope. Scrubs and security guard just sitting down twerking like, hey.
At the club. They're like, we didn't know it was theme night.
Yeah.
No. Most of us keep a change of clothes in our car just in case.
Okay. So you left the club.
Yeah, we left the club, and then we were going to go somewhere else, so we ended up just chatting in the car and ate Doritos, and we're just laughing, and it was great. It was like a couple hours of just hanging out. So.
Dude, I love that.
You went from first date to married couple in like a matter of 10 minutes. I think it's cute. I think it's very cute.
I love it, dude.
So did you end up kissing him?
Yeah, we just once in the car, but there was really nothing more than that. Like, it was just sweet, and then, like, bye, I'll see you next weekend.
I wasn't like a
Well, you had Doritos breath. I don't blame you.
Yeah, you go straight for the fingers in that case, not the mouth.
Let me suck on those bad boys.
So gross.
Yeah, we were going to hang out again the next weekend, but then a few days before we were going to hang out, I just hear through the grapevine that he got fired.
Ooh.
And now he's, like, not returning my calls. He's gone, like, completely silent, and no one really knows what happened. So I'm like, was it something bad? But if it's not a big deal, like, why isn't he returning my calls?
Well, maybe he's just depressed. I mean, like, getting fired sucks. Yeah. It just makes you feel bad. And, I mean, he's probably not in the headspace to, like, want to go on a date right now.
I'm going to call the pretty girl I just started talking to and tell her I don't have a job anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
If you had to guess, why do you think it is?
I honestly have no idea. I've been, like, racking my brain and, like, asking around. But like I said, we don't work in the same circle, so no one even really knows who he is.
Is there a younger, cuter nurse that maybe started after you that maybe he moved on to?
Well, if that were the case, I'd want to know that, too.
Yeah, right.
All right. We're going to play a song, come back, and call David for you and try and get you your second date update. Okay, Lizzie?
Great. Thanks, guys.
All right, hold on. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, one of our listeners named Lizzie is on the phone. And Lizzie likes a man in uniform.
Oh.
Specifically,
She does.
a security guard uniform.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she does.
Show me that flashlight, bad boy.
Because she recently met a hunky security guard named David who worked at the hospital where Lizzie is a nurse. And I say worked because shortly after their date, David was fired from his job, and now he's not responding to her either. But before we call him, Lizzie, I just want you to know I called ahead to the hospital already.
What?
And I told them who I was, and I just asked, why was David let go?
I'm sure they just tell you. Yeah,
They did.
that's how it works.
They told me that he was stealing body parts out of the hospital transplant freezer.
No way, dude.
So,
just like a kidney here and there, or whole hearts.
yeah, and I should be clear, he was just borrowing the body parts. He brought them back after he was done. So,
That's even worse.
Lizzie, I think you're good to go.
Yeah, if it's body parts, you can just hang up the phone.
All right. But so you still want us to call him anyway?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not buying that story.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
double check with him to see.
Okay, that's
Do not
good,
buy that
Lizzie.
story.
I'm excited for you. I think that this will be awesome for you and like the pick me up that David needs. Like the man just got fired. He's down in the dumps, To be wanted is what he needs right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. We had such a good connection, and I'd really like to actually get to be there for him.
Cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
All right, well, we're going to call David right now and try and get you your second date update, okay?
Great.
All right, we're going to dial the phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to David, please?
Yeah, speaking.
Hi, David. My name's Jeffrey, and I work for the morning radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Okay.
And we'd like to talk to you about your dating life.
Is this some type of joke?
No, this is something called a second date update.
Okay. Who did you say you are?
Good morning.
Let's start over.
I feel like we woke him up.
Yeah. Well, let me explain. We do something on our show called a second date update. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards they're not calling you back, you can email us and we'll reach out to them for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Oh, boy. Okay.
So there's a woman that wanted us to get a hold of you, and her name is Lizzie. Do you remember Lizzie?
Yeah, I know Lizzie.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. There's just some personal stuff I'm going through, and it's kind of awkward.
Yeah, well, she told us a little bit about how you guys met and that you guys went out on a date, and she said that she had a really good time with you, but afterwards we heard something happened.
Yeah, I had a job situation happen, and
Yeah, we heard. Sorry, man.
But I think that it's good to know that like Lizzie doesn't care. She feels terrible for whatever. She doesn't really know what happened. She just knows that you're not working at the hospital anymore. But she had a great time with you and felt really connected.
That's great. That makes me feel a lot better. I'm just not sure that she knows that I was fired from the job.
Yeah, I think she knows that you're fired because you haven't been to work.
But that was the rumor, right?
But she just didn't know the reason why. Because afterwards, you're not calling her back. She didn't know if there was a correlation between the two or not.
Oh, well, yeah, there sort of is, and I feel pretty guilty about something.
Guilty?
Something you did at work or something you did to Lizzie?
I don't know what you know. I don't really know what she told you about how we met or anything.
She said her key card stopped working, and that's when she had to go to security and met you to get her card fixed.
Yeah, you're the card guy.
Yeah, so I never thought she would date a security guard.
Okay.
So I did something kind of weird and sneaky. I deactivated her badge, so she would have to come see me.
You did?
Way.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Well, I have access to the badges, and I just deactivated hers, and she just came and saw me, and then
It's sneaky, but it's not like you're hurting anyone doing it. It's kind of cute. Like there's
Except for the patient she can't see because her badge is deactivated.
No.
Come on.
Wait, it happened twice. Did you do it twice?
Yeah, I did it a couple times.
You sly dog.
She's like, why is this thing not working?
So wait, so why aren't you calling her back? Because you feel bad on that, or did you do something else?
No, that's why I got fired, because my supervisor found out.
Oh, no.
How many girls' badges are you deactivating in this hospital?
This is the only time I've done this.
Oh, okay.
And the last time.
How'd you get caught?
Well, they saw on the computer that this badge kept being activated and deactivated, and it's during my shift. And,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, dude. You're just trying to be, like, cute, I guess, or romantic.
Yeah, I'm not sorry that I did it. I'm glad I met her, and I had a really fun time. I'm just weirded out. I don't really know what she's going to think about all this, so that's why I haven't called her back.
Yeah, that'd be a lot. Like, oh, I got fired because of you.
Because of you, even though it was me.
Because I was creeping on you.
Yeah.
Let's find out what Lizzie thinks, David, because she's actually been on the other line listening this entire time, and she wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah, I didn't tell you that. I'm sorry. Lizzie?
Hey.
Hi, Lizzie. Wow.
Wow, dude.
So much awkwardness.
I can feel it.
So you heard all of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, first of all, like, I'm so sorry you lost your job. Like, that sucks. But, like, also, we saw each other in the halls and stuff. Like, you could have just talked to me.
Yeah.
I know. I was just intimidated, I guess, and thought, like, all these doctors around, I'm a security guard. I didn't think maybe you'd give me the time of day or anything.
Just so you know, like, I've dated doctors before, and they're often very boring, and all they do is their job, and then they go to sleep, and then they do it again. So, like, there's not really anything to talk about, and they're also often, like, very into themselves.
Those boring doctors saving lives, doing their
Like,
jobs.
just so you know, like, that's not really like, I'm not into doctors really anymore. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's good to know.
So wait, Lizzie, what are you feeling right now? Are you mad about what he did? Do you feel deceived?
Well, no, I'm not mad. I feel like that wasn't necessary.
You're saying that was a stupid move on his part, is what you're saying.
I feel like he just kind of made assumptions.
Yeah.
But I'm not angry.
Yeah.
And I also feel bad that he lost his job because of me.
Well, it wasn't really because of you. It's because of his own insecurities, Lizzie, if it makes you feel any better.
Yeah.
It doesn't make him feel better, but...
Well, sorry, David.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have chose to work in a hospital with so many sexy doctors in it, and then David wouldn't feel so insecure.
Yeah, it's not on me. I'm not wearing that.
Yeah, where are you working? In the Grey's Anatomy hospital with Mr. McDreamy and McSteamy there?
Yeah, what is this, ER?
Well, Lizzie, for what it's worth, I wish I had the confidence back then to just approach you and ask you out. And now I've really learned the lesson.
I mean, I can't be mad at you because it's really sweet. Like, that's a really adorable thing to do. I just hate that it lost you your job.
So?
Yeah.
But, like, I do want you to know, honesty is very important to me. So, like, I would really just rather you lay it all out and be completely honest from the get-go.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, then I should probably let you know. Then I was also thinking of dressing up as a doctor to meet you.
What?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Instead of the security badge idea?
Kidding, bro.
No, I'm not kidding, but I never did it, and that's a plus.
Whoa.
Yeah, I guess.
Good.
My options, impersonating her a doctor or not allowing her to enter work.
I think you get arrested, not fired for that.
Yeah.
You could have been Dr. McSneaky.
Super mix sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, I even bought some scrubs from a Halloween store.
What?
Oh, wow, you were really good.
David.
That's committed.
I can't believe you just didn't steal them from the hospital that you work at. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Well, I'm not a thief.
Okay.
I mean, that's really cute. And, you know, if you want to wear them, I guess that would also be cute as long as I'm aware of what's going on.
Okay.
Hey, look at that. Well, in that case, David, we would love to send you out on another date with Lizzie. We'll pay for it.
I was actually planning to call her anyway, so this is awesome.
You're a liar, David.
Okay. Well, then I feel like maybe in this case I should also ask Lizzie. Lizzie, would you like to go out on a second date with security guard McCreamy?
Still, McCreamy.
Oh, my gosh.
In his little doctor outfit.
He was sneaky.
Well, now I'm up in the game to McCreamy.
Oh, God. Yes.
Yes.
Oh
That's
my
a
God.
yes.
Even after that description, I feel like I was all about yes until
Yeah,
Jeffrey's...
no, I'm ignoring him, but I would like to see David again, sure.
I don't feel better.
I think I made this happen.
No, you made
Yes,
a cute story really disturbing.
No, I made it sexy. Congratulations, you two.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, like, any chance we could end this conversation now before this gets, like, way worse?
Well, hold on. I didn't even get to ask David if he's been stealing body parts.
What?
Oh, my gosh.
David, you taking body parts too?
You were going to ruin this.
No.
All right, that's a happy ending all around.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I think it's funny the difference in emails that we get. Like when a guy emails us and he thinks he's been used for a one-night stand, he's always like, it was awesome. I just want to see if I can get a hold of her again so we can do it one more time. Yeah. But a girl thinks she gets used for a one-night stand. She's like, it's terrible. What's wrong with me? Right now, Ashley is on the phone with us, and Ashley is in that situation. She thinks that the guy she went out with might have just used her for a one-night stand. Ashley, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Good. Thank you for coming on the show.
No problem.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the guy that you want us to call today?
His name is Chris.
Okay.
I met him through friends. They set us up. And the date that we went on this wine and cheese tasting thing. So where they tell you about wine and cheese and what wine goes with what cheese, and you go to different tables or whatever. And it was a lot of fun. I didn't think I was going to have that much fun. It was kind of, bougie.
But you did end up having a lot of fun, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, he was making jokes. And this is the kind of like highbrow event that I usually get bored at. But it was really interesting learning about all that kind of stuff. I had no idea that there was so many, I thought it was just red and white, but then there's, this pink wine that's rosé, whatever.
Rosé.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know anything.
I know. Most of the wine and cheese events that you go to are like Velveeta and Carlo Rossi.
Yeah. That's what I do.
That's understandable.
Exactly. But the best part about it was he was making me laugh the entire time.
Awesome.
And we were drinking, and we picked our favorite bottle, and we bought it, and we went to my house to share it, and we ended up at.
And you had a really good time on your date, didn't you?
Didn't even get to share that wine. Too busy.
I mean, the bottle's gone now.
Okay.
I mean, one thing led to another, and he ended up staying over, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. We're way ahead of you on that.
Okay.
Here's the thing. He left the next morning, and he was, in a rush to get out.
Okay.
He was like, oh, I don't feel good, and he was like, I'm just really hungover. Wine gives me a headache. And I was like, okay, we'll get together again. He goes, yeah, sure. So anyway, he left, and I went to the bathroom, and then I noticed when I sat down, I looked at my legs, and I realized that I hadn't. It's so embarrassing. I hadn't shaved in a while.
What are you talking about? Are you talking stubble, or are you talking like you had long hair, like hippie?
It was kind of in between stubble and long hair. But it was. I mean, it's still cool outside.
Well, most of the time, guys don't notice if it's stubbly, but there are times, if it's really long and you can actually see the hair, that's pretty gross.
I was like, well, I didn't know I was gonna. He was going to stay over and things were going to happen. It was the first date. So, of course, I was like, whatever, I'm not going to shave this time.
You got to prepare yourself for any date that you go on. You never know. I always shave my legs before any first date.
Your entire body, actually.
Yeah, I
Smooth
do.
chest over here. Now, Ashley, aside from your obvious sexual attraction to each other, what is it about this guy that you really like?
Oh, he made me laugh. If you can make me laugh, then you got me,
Any of your friends listening now, or any guys that you know that want to hook up with you, are going to start coming over to your house in clown outfits. Yeah. Just trying anything to make you laugh.
Stand-up comedy.
Yeah. Now, I know you said that you don't sleep with guys often on the first date.
Which is what girls always say.
I believe you. No, now, Lydia, I believe you. But has this ever happened to you before?
No.
Okay, so it's the first time. All right. Well, we're going to play a song, come back, call him, see if we can get him on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Ashley.
Hi.
Hey, do you think that maybe the guy you went out with isn't calling you back because you were bad in bed?
No, I have never received a complaint. That's
All right.
one thing that I can say.
It's just a theory of mine, because you went out with this dude, had a one-night stand, and all of a sudden he's not calling you back. That would be the only reason that I could think.
Is that your worst case scenario, Ashley? Your biggest fear?
That I'm bad in bed? There are worse things than that, I guess. But I just hope that he's not calling me back, because I feel like I may have set his legs on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Ashley wants us to call a guy named Chris. They went out for a wine and cheese date, ended up hooking up back at her place. She's concerned that he isn't calling back because she noticed she didn't shave her legs the night before and was rather hairy the next day.
And that is gross.
And it is gross. That could be a reason. The guy could be like, oh, she's kind of nasty. I don't want to call her back. Honestly, Ashley, that's why I said you always need to be prepared and shave before every first date. I always make sure my legs are silky smooth. Before anything I do. Business meetings, anything. Always shaving.
Always shaving.
All right, Ashley, are you about ready to give Chris a call?
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Chris, please?
This is Chris.
Hey, Chris, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5. You got a second?
I'm sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on the radio station Moving 92.5.
Okay.
Have you ever heard our morning show before?
Maybe. I don't know.
All right.
I'm just a little confused why you're calling me.
You recently went out with one of our listeners named Ashley.
Yeah, I did.
Assuming from that laugh you remember Ashley.
I do remember Ashley.
Well, Ashley has been trying to get a hold of you for like over 10 days now, she says.
Right.
And she's wondering if she did something wrong because she would definitely like to see you again.
God.
Do you mind telling us why you don't want to call her back?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to tell you, but I mean, we just had, it was an all right time, but things just got a little weird. So
They got a little. Is it because her legs were hairy?
her legs.
She told us everything that happened on the day. She said that you guys had a one-night stand, and she's concerned that she didn't shave her legs, and you were grossed out by that.
Honestly, I didn't even notice that. So
Okay.
Really?
What is it then?
I'd rather not say. It was just a little awkward.
More awkward than this? I mean, come on.
Everything was fine until we went back to her place, and then we started hooking up, and it just got a little strange.
What do you mean strange? Like she pulled all kinds of weird gadgets out of the closet and Mitch showed up? I mean, what happened?
No. Like so this is so strange. She kept on shushing me.
What?
Shushing you?
Oh, no. I hate when people shush me.
As in, like, during the act? Shushing you?
Yeah, and she kept on shushing me, and she would put her finger up to my mouth and just, shh, please, don't, be quiet. And I didn't understand because it's not like I was being particularly loud. It just ruined the whole experience because I just felt like...
I could see how that would ruin it. I'd be like, stop it. I want to make a little noise if that's okay.
Yeah.
Chris,
Does she have roommates or something?
No, she lives alone. And as it went on, she became increasingly sort of like aggressive. She'd be like, shh, shh. And I was
Like even
okay,
more?
I'm sorry, like, this is just a natural sound. Like, this is what people do when they hook up.
Chris, I hate to shush you again, but I want you to be quiet for just a second because Ashley is actually on the phone with us.
Wait, what, right now?
Yes, she is.
Hi.
Wonderful.
Hey. I
Wow.
cannot believe you said all of that on the radio.
This is so... I just wanted to be honest, and that's the situation.
I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable or put you in an awkward position.
Really? I mean, I feel a little uncomfortable, so...
Sorry.
But can you now explain to me why you did that?
Here's the thing. I kept shushing you because there cannot be any noise when I'm doing my thing. Like, it's too distracting.
So, Ashley, you know that you were doing that.
Well, I just need quiet. Like, people need, like, silence to concentrate. I'm one of those people, and I am at my best in total silence. You know, but I didn't think that would be the reason that you're not calling me back. You know, I feel like that's such a cop-out.
Oh, wow.
You were holding your hand over my mouth, shushing me. Like, I haven't had a hookup like that since I was in high school, and I was worried my parents were going to hear me. Like, like people are going to make noises. Have you been shushing everybody that you've ever slept with?
Yeah.
Well, they've never complained. They've always came back.
Oh.
You know, they've always called back.
You just don't like any noise while you're doing it.
I would prefer no noise, but
Are you silent the whole time?
yes.
Wow.
Ashley, have you had, like, serious boyfriends?
Yes.
And nobody's ever said, hey, can you do me a favor and not shush me every single time we do it?
Maybe they've mentioned it, but they've never, like, made such a big deal out of it.
Honestly, I find that a little hard to believe. Maybe they didn't say anything, but I'm sure they've thought it. I cannot be the first person.
Here's the thing. I like you. I really like you. You made me laugh. And, you know, I mean, I guess is it something I could work on? If you feel the same way about me.
Maybe before you guys hook up again, you could wear earplugs beforehand.
That's
or
sexy.
put on some big headphones, some Beats by Dre's, some sound-canceling headphones. Listen to some music or something so you can get in your zone while he's in his.
Maybe. I don't know.
That seems like a compromise.
Yeah.
In the middle somewhere.
Chris, would you like to go out with Ashley again? We will pay for a second
I'm not
date.
hook up with the girl who's wearing a pair of earphones.
Come
I'll say
on.
that. Like that's.
We'll pay for the second date. Please? Will you go out with her again?
I mean, no, not really. If it's going to be this weird hurdle to get over, then no. I mean,
Okay. Ashley, I'm sorry that you did not get your second date. You did get your answer, though.
That's all right.
She's going to put on her Beats by Dre right before she has sex next time and just tuning out exactly what they say.
Only hear what you want to
Yeah, hear what you want to hear when you do it with Ashley.
It's in slow motion.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
They say that tragedy can bring people together.
Yeah.
And today's second date update, the people met each other in the most horrific way possible.
Oh my gosh.
They both had broken iPhones. I know. The humanity.
I don't think I can
What?
listen to this story.
Are you supposed to do when your iPhone breaks and you have no other option than to actually speak to a live person and look them in the eye and have a conversation that isn't text message and doesn't contain emojis? I've never read an email that was scarier than the one that we got for today's second date update, but apparently that's how Eric met the girl that he wants to call today. They met each other while they were getting their iPhones fixed.
Wow.
Eric, please tell me the iPhone is okay before we get on with this.
The iPhone is good. On the other hand, I don't know.
Thank
Wow.
God.
It's like a saga for the decades.
Yeah. So your email said you met her while you guys were getting your iPhones fixed. How'd that happen?
Yep, I was just sitting there getting my iPhone fixed, waiting, it was a long wait. And then came this girl, and she was pretty cute.
And what's her name?
Tony.
Tony. Okay.
Yeah.
And did she immediately sit down next to you, or how'd you approach her?
She left the seat open in between us.
Oh.
Oh, so you sat down a seat away from you. You didn't want to get too close.
Right. So I was already there, yeah.
It is kind of weird when you sit directly next to somebody when there's lots of chairs available.
Yeah, there is. I like to do that just because I like the awkwardness of it. But, yeah, how'd you strike up a conversation?
I started the conversation with, it's pretty cheesy, but I was like, so you have an iPhone, huh? Me too.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, cool.
Oh, wow. What's the coincidence there?
Pretty smooth, right?
Yeah, very smooth.
Yeah. I'm sure you had to think about that one for a good 20 minutes before you actually started talking to her.
Actually, the sad thing is it did take me a while to
You're sitting there, your palms are sweaty. You're like, what's the best opening line? iPhone, huh? You too? Yeah. Oh, God, that's crazy.
Hey, it got me in, all right?
All right.
Dude, how did she even respond to that? It's not a question. It's not even a hello.
Well, she answered it, and she said, yes.
She's like, yep.
correct.
All right.
Yep, and?
Uh-huh.
How did you go from that to asking her out on a date? I assume that's what you did.
Well, we just were talking about how it seemed like how long it was going to take to get our phones back, and I was like, hey, he said this is not going to be done for another 45 minutes to an hour. Do you want to go grab a cup of coffee with me?
Oh, okay, so you asked her to coffee right on the spot. How did it go?
It went really well. In fact, there was this moment at the beginning of it that I really liked.
Oh.
Okay, well, what was that moment?
I asked her when we were having coffee, so tell me something that nobody else knows about you.
All
All right. And then she'd be like, I like to murder dudes by meeting them at the Apple store when I'm getting my iPhone fixed.
Keep it a secret. secret?
Yeah.
It never got back to me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Because I got a little bit of a furrowed brow and kind of got called out. And she was like, where did you get that question? It sounds like from some dating site or something.
It does. It does sound like it's like a how-to dating book.
I don't date much, and I was like, you got me. It is. So, you know.
Oh, you actually did learn that from some sort of website?
So embarrassing.
Yeah, but I will say cute that you owned up to it.
Yeah, and I really liked that about her. I thought that was kind of hot that she was like calling me out, you know?
Yeah.
Totally.
That is kind of sexy, all right.
Real.
Did she laugh at you then?
Yeah, we had a good little laugh about that. So that, that really was one of the moments.
Okay, and how did the rest of coffee go?
The coffee was good.
No, I don't care about the actual quality of the coffee. I want to know how the conversation went with her.
What was the phone ratio?
Yeah, it went really well. Everything, and like I said, that was a good moment. And then we just kind of talked and shared some stuff. And before I knew it, an hour was up, and I was like, oh, I guess we should probably go back. She was like, yeah. So we walked back over. And both of our iPhones were fixed at that point.
Which is awesome because it's like the perfect setup for getting her phone number, right?
Exactly, because if mine had been done, it would have been like, should I stick around?
Yeah, I'll wait until your phone is finished, I guess. So did you get her number, or were you smooth and were like, all right, sweet, that was really fun coffee, and took off?
So I gave her my number,
And
then she texted me. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Right? That's a good sign, right?
That's a totally good sign because you can take as many numbers as you want, but I'm not texting anybody back.
So did you guys go out on another date, or was this your only time hanging out?
That was our date.
Okay.
That was it. So I don't know what happened.
So did you ask her out and she just not respond to you?
Yeah, I sent her a few texts, just try to see if we could get something together, and I got nothing back. So I don't know.
Maybe she's old school. Maybe she wanted a phone call.
I don't know. Maybe her iPhone broke again.
Maybe that's it. Maybe she's
it.
back there waiting for her iPhone, hoping that she can get your text message.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's weird.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
All right, man. Hang on.
I don't want to know. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Eric is on the phone, and today he wants to call a girl named Tony. They actually met while they were getting their iPhones fixed, and to kill time, they went and grabbed coffee. He says that they had a great time, and she was flirty, and they laughed a lot and had fun, but now she's not calling him back. I actually think I may know the reason, Eric.
Oh?
Yeah.
Do tell.
What model of iPhone do you currently have?
5.
That's what it is. You don't have the latest generation.
What?
You don't have the latest generation phone, dude. I had a buddy who has the 4, really close personal friend of mine, had to cut him out of my life. She probably saw that you have a 5 and was like, I'm never talking to this dude again.
That doesn't sound like Tony.
No, trust me, if she's an iPhone user, she's a bit of a snob. We all are.
Well, if she was that much of a snob, she would have just bought a new one instead of getting hers fixed.
That's true.
You
All
know?
right, so maybe there is still hope for you,
Yeah.
Eric.
I hope so.
All right, well, I'm going to dial her phone number and see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
You all right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Are you holding your breath?
I'm just nervous.
Okay. All right.
I thought he was going to throw up.
Well, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Tony, please?
Yeah, this is her.
Hey, Tony. My name is Samson. I'm calling from the Apple Store, just checking in on your iPhone.
Yeah, everything's fine.
You were in here getting it fixed the other day. Did we do a good job for you?
Yeah, it's working perfectly now.
Wonderful.
Gosh.
I'm going to send you a few pics on it, and I want you to look at those and see if those go through okay, just to test it out, if that's all right.
What's going on here?
Oh, this is actually Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. How are you?
Fine. Who?
She's like,
Jubal
that didn't
from
make it more.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning?
Why am I hearing so many people on the phone here?
That's because this is a morning radio show.
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
Have you ever heard of the show, Brooke and Jubal in the morning?
No.
No. Okay. Well, we are a radio show, and we recently got an email about you from a dude that you met while you were getting your iPhone fixed.
Oh.
Do you know what dude we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been meeting a lot of dudes while getting my iPhone fixed,
so you must be talking about Eric.
Yes, we were talking about Eric. So Eric told us how he met you, and he said that you guys went to coffee and had a really good time, and he wants to take you out on a regular date, but you're not calling him back.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason?
I just wasn't that into it.
But you could understand why he'd be confused with that because you exchanged numbers with him at the end.
Yeah, I know. I probably shouldn't have given him my number.
Did you do that just to be nice?
I mean, I was kind of taken off guard, honestly.
Okay. So it sounds like you don't like Eric.
I thought he seemed like a nice guy, but I guess I was wrong.
Why?
Yeah.
He sounded like a nice dude when we talked to him.
Well, yeah, I sounded like a nice guy when I was talking to him, too, but actions speak louder than words.
What do you mean? You said actions speak louder than words. What were the actions that make you think that he's not a good person or whatever?
Well, did he tell you what happened when we met?
He said that you guys were both sitting there waiting for your iPhones to get fixed and then decided to go get some coffee. And according to him, it was very flirty and you guys had a fun time.
That's it?
That's it.
So he didn't tell you about the end of our date?
He just told us at the end of everything, you guys got your phones back and exchanged numbers. And then that's where he left it.
Well, when we were leaving the coffee shop, he grabbed like 20 packets of sugar off the table and shoved them in his pocket before he walked out the door.
What? Whoa! He grabbed sugar packets?
Yeah, like a huge handful of sugar packets. And he was looking around like all suspicious, making sure nobody saw him do it. And it totally caught me off guard.
Did you ask him why? Was he trying to be funny or something?
No, I didn't have to ask him why. He's obviously a thief.
Wait, and and sugar is his thing to steal?
Well, from the coffee shop at least. Who knows what else he steals from anywhere else?
Okay, so you're mad at him for taking the sugar packets?
Yeah, it just says something about what kind of person he is. I just think he's a despicable person.
Okay, I can appreciate a person who actually sees a red flag, but maybe there's like a logical explanation.
The only explanation at all is that he stole from that coffee shop.
The sugar packets, though.
I don't care what they were. Would it be any different if he stole the silverware off the table at a restaurant?
I don't mean, I guess I see your point, but...
How could you think that's not a big deal to steal from a restaurant, from any business?
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't another issue, too. I agree with you, though. It's crazy that he would do that.
Well, it is weird. I mean, you got to think, it is weird. If he has the, gall to take 20 packets of sugar in front of you on your first hangout, he's obviously pretty comfortable just taking things.
Yeah, it's messed up. You should have seen the smug look on his face. Like he's so proud of himself for stealing 20 sugar packets and saving himself.
I can't listen to any more of this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Whoa!
Sugar packets. That is what gave you a bad feeling.
What is going on?
Oh, that's Eric. He's actually on the other line listening.
What?
And wants to talk to you, but he couldn't wait until I told you that.
Yeah, I came in because this is ridiculous. Tony, you said you had a bad feeling and that actions speak louder than words. And I was like, did I punch any babies? Come on. What?
Oh, wow.
You gotta be
have
kidding.
to punch a baby to be a bad person?
You said it like it was the worst thing I'd ever done. You'd ever seen anybody do.
You are a thief, Eric.
Everybody does that.
No, not everybody does that.
My Meemaw taught me that.
Well, your Meemaw must be a pretty bad person, too. She's taught you some pretty terrible habits.
My Meemaw was a beautiful woman.
Oh, my goodness.
You're not speaking of Meemaw.
Yeah.
But can I just ask, why 20 packets of sugar? What do you use them for?
It's Splenda, first off. It's not sugar, right? It's Splenda.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Which I guess is harder to buy yourself.
It's more expensive.
That doesn't mean you can steal it from someplace like a coffee shop.
I pay for the coffee, and I get to take as many Splendas as I want. That's what it's there for. You can do it, too.
No, you get to use as many Splendas as you want while you're there.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of has a good point. Like, if everybody went in and took 20 packets of sugar and Splenda, they'd spend more money on that than the actual coffee.
They would refill it. They do, I know.
Do you, take the rest of the ketchup home after you're done using it there? Do you take home the salt and pepper shakers, too? Use them for your meal, so they're yours now.
No, that's different.
It's not different. It's not different. How is that different? You are a thief. Either way, you're stealing from the establishment.
Wow, Tony, you are angry.
Hey, Tony, if you had such a big problem with it, why didn't you say something?
We had just met. I didn't feel like it was my responsibility to scold you for stealing.
I just can't believe that you're yelling at me for taking packets of Splenda.
I can't believe you're not in jail for stealing.
Okay, now that's a little extreme.
Oh, yeah, they're going to catch me one day. The big criminal, the Splenda bandit. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm on the lam.
I hope they do.
Well, before they lock Eric up for life, Tony, would you like to go out on a second date with him? We'll pay for it.
No, I would not.
Are you sure he's a bad boy? I thought all women like bad boys.
No, absolutely not. Eric, your karma's going to catch up to you someday, and I hope it was worth it for all the Splenda.
Well, you know what? I don't want to go out on a date with you either because you're crazy.
All right.
Crazy?
Well,
You think I'm crazy?
yeah, Tony, hold on.
No, I'm not going to hold on. No,
Okay.
this is absolute bull. I've had enough.
Okay,
I'm not going to listen to this talking from this degenerate criminal stealing shirt pockets.
Well, that's
All right, and you shouldn't have to. Hello? Eric, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, I think she hung up on you. Well, us.
Wow. I am super glad that I didn't actually get the date because that got crazier and crazier.
Yeah. You know the other crazy part? I've already called the police, and they're headed to your place right now.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text message in at 78592 says, that girl would hate me if she saw how many Taco Bell hot sauce packets I have at my house. If you missed today's second date update, Eric wanted to call a girl named Tony. They met while they were getting their iPhones repaired. They went and got coffee. And turns out that he is a thief and a criminal and needs to be locked up because he took some Splenda packets.
Come on,
like
man.
20 Splenda packets. And she called him a thief and all kinds of names, and they agreed to not go out again.
Jeez.
Hopefully she'll find someone that is a better person to hang out with. And I think, yes, we should definitely call the authorities on that guy and make sure that justice is served.
Give him a break.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.